Awesome. All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the L Spot. We are live right now, and I am Empress Lanice, your host, the CEO, the founder. This is our very first interview, and I would say probably a couple of months now because we ended season three of our TV show. I want to say in September. So now we're coming back here, and this is the first one. And as you see already, we have the special and amazing Anna Baby, who I'm just getting
Ooh.
to meet.
Hi.
Yes.
Hey,
Welcome,
what's going
Anna
on,
Baby.
guys? What's going on? What's popping?
How are you
I'm
doing?
doing well. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, staying up, surviving, I guess, thriving, being grateful. How about you?
Awesome. I'm good as well. A lot of things actually picked up for me during this time. I haven't been unproductive, so I'm
Mm.
thankful for that.
Yeah, I've
Just,
noticed, I've seen that even in the quarantine, I think people have become more productive,
yeah,
They don't
I
have
think
any other
that's the
choice. It's like they don't have a choice.
right. I think that's what I think that's a good thing because I
Yeah.
think that if people did not know what to do, and I'm pretty sure there are some people out there that's, not sure what direction to do. I
Mhm.
think that it's good for those that are taking this opportunity to just get things going because like it slowed me down to actually do things that I've been wanting to do for a while, but just didn't have time to do because I've been like running around
Right.
physically, driving everywhere. So it kind
Right.
of it
Right.
slowed me down, but it picked up at the same time.
Right, right. Yeah, it's definitely a blessing in disguise, I guess you could say. If
Yeah,
you look at it as a glass half full, yeah.
right.
So,
So I know you released your single "Show Me Love." So when did
yes.
you release that, and was it before the quarantine or after the quarantine?
Mhm. It was before the quarantine. We released this like fall of 2019,
Okay.
right off of the heels of my international song with Chris Brown. We released a song with Chris Brown, Delia Chi, called "Gotta Have It All," and it went number one on iTunes. It was like amazing. And in the interim of segueing it over to the States, because I am from the States and I wanted to bring something
Hmm.
over here. Is when I put out "Show Me Love," and it's going good. Streaming. I would love you guys to go and check it out. It's available on all platforms, but it's out there.
Yes, I listened to it when I received your music, and I'm surprised that we never crossed paths because there's a few
Mhm,
people that I see that we mutually know, but I'm like, I don't recall hearing Anna Baby, especially when I was heavily doing like media runs and stuff. But
mhm.
I'm glad to find you and hear your music. You're really, really dope. I was listening to it on replay all day today and
Huh.
some of your old music and even the new one, Show Me Love. I did a video the other night of your song because as soon as I
Oh, let
listened
me
to it, I
know,
was
girl.
like, ow,
Let me know, girl,
yeah.
because I'm out here. I'm learning. I'm even learning how to TikTok during this whole COVID thing. So I'm reposting. I'm enjoying what people are doing and how they're expressing themselves. So I would love, I love to see it. Let me post it up. We over here thinking
Absolutely.
of ways of just engaging more with people and letting them hear the music so I can get their feedback.
Absolutely. So let's just get familiar as far as your background of when did you get
Hmm.
started? Why did you want to do music? And just all like, pretty much just give me your journey. Tell me how's it been since you started to now?
Okay. Child, how long we got? Let me see. How
We got
who got
however
the henny?
long.
Who got the henny or something? I don't even know. But yeah, I mean, I go back to I've had music in my family for a long time. My mother had me in piano classes. I could have been the next Alicia Keys, but as things go, I grew up in a single parent household with my mom working three jobs. I like to say I came from the mud. Basically, I build
Mhm.
I built a castle out of the sand that I was grew up in, and from there I just kept exploring. My sister is also in the music industry and she has musical background, so she she guided me a lot, and then eventually I came into contact with Bangor Production, who is also affiliated with Coke Boys, French Montana, Chinks Music. Did a couple songs with them. But at that moment in time, I dropped a single with Jada Kiss. It went 6 million on World Star. It was going into like 200,000 on YouTube. It was like things were just booming, and I just felt like
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect that. Being a little girl from Harlem, I'm just hanging around in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? I'm really wasn't even paying attention, and I think it just was too fast for me. So eventually, I pulled back. I actually stepped down from my label. I took some time for myself. A couple of things happened in my life personally that just, made
Mm-hmm.
me have to put the brakes on things and just re-evaluated what I wanted to do. And, being, a Latina Black woman, from Harlem, I mean, you could probably hear the subway in the background now. Like, um, it's it it's more of integrity to me now. I love
Mm-hmm.
getting ratchet. I mean, I've been in the Black Man's Magazine. I get ratchet with the ratchet of the ratchets. I am the baddest of the baddest. We can talk all that, yin yang all day, but I really wanted to be able to use my platform to be able to connect and like give back to my community and be a staple. And I pray to be iconic in some way, even if it's just to, touch one person to let them know, not to give up. That's when I ended up going indie. I went independent. And then Megatron Music Group, which is another management production label, picked me up. And they gave me creative control. They gave me the liberty to really get into my own and, you know, really tap into my own, I guess, craft.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Shout out to Rock House Production. Shout out to Shelly Moneybags. These are like a team that like I really scoped out because I wanted it to be more than just something superficial and just like manufactured. Because I just feel like I really love music. Like I think that music, even in this time and age in the quarantine, even though I'm not an essential worker, I feel like music in its essential healing factor. It's essential in the way that it helps people heal. People can be home and they're not actually physically going out to the hospitals, but they're home listening to that music that keeps them upbeat, that keeps them going, that keeps them knowing that, what, life still exists somewhere. I'm not alone. Like imagine if we went through this quarantine and we had silence, like complete silence. Like I think people would
Mm-hmm.
be jumping off the bridge right now, So in a way, music is still essential. And if that's my tool to connect with people, like then I want to be able to use it to the, the most high. So that's when I really started to get more into the music business part, not just being an
Mm-hmm.
artist, not just glamming up and doing the photo shoots. Because, girl, those things, the photo shoots, even though they look real pretty after the edit and the photoshopping and the all that cropping and everything, child, to get that done is a production. You know what I'm saying?
I
You have
know.
people pulling on your hair, you have people telling you suck it in and hold it tight and don't do this and do it right. And it's like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. So it's like you really don't know how much it really takes. People want to be Beyonce all day. You don't really know how much it
Mm-hmm.
takes to be Beyonce, to be Chris Brown, to be these people that are the greats. And it's like, if you're gonna do it and you're gonna play, then you're gonna play to win. And if I'm gonna play to win, like I want ownership. I want percentages. Like
Right.
I want to be in the best place that I can be to have like equity and make sure that as a Black woman, I'm leaving a staple for myself, for my family, hopefully a legacy for other, younger women that are coming up under me. Like I have a little niece that looks up to me, and like that also had to put me in check. Like, okay, all right, I see what's going on. There's another generation that's coming up, so we got to look out for them too.
Right. No, absolutely. So I wanted to ask you, who is Anna Baby today? Like I know you said that how you were able to like, you were one level as far as with the music of getting ratchet and stuff like that, and now that you
Mhm.
wanna inspire and empower. So from the person who you started as to today, who is that if you can say describe yourself in 3 words?
Sophisticated, excellence. Still gotta have the ratchet. Ratchet is still gonna be in there. I mean, I'm still gonna drop it like it's hot. I don't give a fuck where I'm at. I don't care what's going on. I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna twerk. I'm gonna make it work. You know what I'm saying? But it's just all about evolving. My first mixtape when I dropped back in like 2015, I dropped my first mixtape. It was called The Evil Queen, and I got so much static for it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they were like, why are you calling yourself the evil queen and everything? And then just my mind, the concept of being bad or being the worst, like if you're going to be the worst, I'm going to make it hurt, let's just go with it. So, but now I feel like evil as far as evolving. I'm not evil as just the baddest. I feel like I'm the evil as, a person that's just evolving. I'm human. I have a bad side. I have my upset side. I have my mood swings. Forgive me or don't. Who cares? I got to keep moving. I got to keep doing what I feel inspired to do, my calling. So now I just feel like I'm just more evolved. I may not be perfect. I'm more evolved, I will
Of
hope. I hope,
course.
Lord Jesus, I hope. I hope
Course.
because you can't delete the
No, that's
wholeness. You
all
can't
good.
delete the whackness or the scrub shit, things that you do that just like, and this industry can be so dark sometimes that in your despair you feel like, okay, I have to do this or I have to do that, and it just comes a point in time when you just have to stand for something or you fall for anything, so that's where I
Right.
feel like, if anything, I want my music now to have a voice of standing for conviction and knowing, like, I'm here. Like, before, I felt like I was more in a place where I was proving myself, where now I feel like I'm in a place where I'm accepting myself. This is who I am.
Right. No,
While I
that's
sip
good.
on
And of
my
course,
Ciroc. Shout out Puff.
being ratchet is
Mm-hmm.
all good. We all got multiple sides. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
Gemini, so I go back and forth.
Oh, I got you. I got you, girl. I
um,
got you.
so I was listening to your music and your lyrics, like your wordplay, is
Mm-hmm.
most definitely fire. So I wanted to know who inspired you, or who were you studying, or was it something that you just created? Like, what was the process to get to that point lyrically?
Mm-hmm. Um, well, I'm a Pisces, so I'm inspired by anything. Like, I'm emotional. I cry at I'm just like, anything can move me, So musically, I love Little Kim. That's somebody that I've always looked up to. I've always been a Biggie, Harlem girl. I've always been in that whole, like, 90s era of just loving that whole Mace and just feel and everything like that. Jay-Z is somebody that I look up to. Lil Wayne is somebody I look up to. Nicki is somebody I look up to. Lyrically, these are people that I feel. Lauryn Hill, like, I play her CD like back and front, like, just I mean, she's like a goddess to me. Like, she just, like, beyond me studying her, me idolizing her. Like, she's
Yeah.
epitome of everything. You know what I'm saying? So these are the people that I look up to. But just in general, I like to go with a wave, whatever's feel good music. I feel like, Black and brown people, we come from poverty. There's so much negativity that brings us down. So, like, whatever we could do to, keep upbeat and keep things moving and motivated and going, I aspire to be what you listen to on your playlist when you're going for your jog, when you're going to work out. Like, this is what's going to get me motivated, if you're getting yourself together to do your Zoom and get your, go out with your girls or whatever. I want to be the person that's motivating you. So I know that, that's my stance.
Right. So when did you start writing? Because I know, especially as a female rapper, lyrics are very important. Especially just to like pretty much stand out as far as the female versus the males.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so when did you start writing? Like what age? And then I guess, was there ever a time that you were just like, I gotta do better. I gotta do better. Like, go harder.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you wrote something at one point, but then you listened to it or you heard someone else and you're like, no, I gotta redo it. Like, just to give an
Right.
idea of that creative process, because sometimes it may happen, but sometimes people may feel like, okay, it's the one round and that's what they put out, but not knowing that sometimes it can take a couple of tries or a couple of years to master
Right.
the craft.
Right. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the aha moment, the getcha about this whole industry and about this whole system. It's like, it takes multiple sessions, multiple takes, multiple redos, multiple edits. Like, it doesn't stop, even
Mm-hmm.
the greatest of all time. I mean, look at freaking Teddy Riley and Babyface. These are legendary people that are on live doing a
Mm-hmm.
verses to keep the entertainment going. So it doesn't stop. It doesn't say, oh, I got this song that hits and I get to quit. Like, it doesn't stop, and lyrically for me, I don't know. Before, when I was younger, my father was incarcerated. He always wrote to me. He wrote poems. He drew pictures of pharaohs and, like, Queen Sheba and, like, things like that to me, to let me know that, like, even though he wasn't around, like, that I was still of importance and of value and of worth. And then having, my mother, like I said, be a strong woman, Latina woman holding it down, like, that also instilled that power in me to want to find those words to speak. So I was always expressive, I guess, since I was young, and let my mother or my
Mm-hmm.
sister tell it. They have stories for days about me, like, just being over communicative and just, like, being over expressive. But like, I guess that just continued to grow. I know
Mm-hmm.
with Chris Brown, when I did the song with Chris Brown, I had to go back into the studio like 3 times. So the first take I did, I thought it was immaculate. I mean, nobody could tell me that it wasn't. Like, you couldn't tell me that it wasn't. So my manager calls me back and they're like, I think you need to take the take again, like, just to make sure before we even, confirm anything, or even Chris hears it, like, let's just do it again. So I'm upset. I'm like, what? I think this is amazing. This is like the best I've ever. So I'm listening to it. I'm like, all right, fine. I'm gonna just go back in and I'll do it again. So I did it again. They sent it. It comes back. We think you need to just clean it up some more. Like, just, there's just, you can get it more in pocket. I'm like, what? But at the same time, I do my final take. At this point, I'm like broken down. My whole everything, my life, my poster's been ripped off the wall. I just feel like I'm done for the day. Like I'm a failure. I don't even know what else to say. Just, I'm finished. And after that third take of taking it, that was when I got the approval. Everything went through. They loved it. Oh, I got a whole bunch. And I'm just like feeling all the way defeated. I'm feeling like all the way like I'm done. I didn't make it. And, lo and behold, that was the song that took me, number one in Belgium. So it's like, you just never know where it's gonna go, where it's gonna come from, where it's gonna be that light or that spark. Even when you feel like you're in the dark, you still have to find the heart to keep going. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I just put those things together, and it's also helped build me forward as an
Mm.
artist. Because you wanna compete with the best.
Right.
You want to be in the gym with the best. I want to be around the best, even if I'm the Scottie Pippen or whatever. I want to be around the Michael Jordans. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I feel like I'm gonna be Jordan one day, I'm gonna be Kobe one day. Like, I feel like I want to be in the gym with the greats. So that just means I have to push myself that much more. When you feel like you just can't do it anymore, like in those moments and times that you just like, oh, I need to go to bed, I need some rest, like those are the times you really got to push yourself forward, because I've seen that you don't have to have the talent. That's the difference from
Mm-hmm.
before to now. Before, it was all about the lyrics. It was all about, I had a song with For the Godson, rest in peace, For the Godson,
Yeah.
who I believe is like so lyrical. He's so powerful in his lyrics. And I was honored that he did a song with me, especially, I think I'm like one of the only females that he's done a song with, if not one of like small minority. So I'm like honored to be on a record with somebody of that lyrical content, because that gives like, I'm giving homage to him. Like, he's amazing and he's giving me credit. Like, okay, she can keep up, and that was something that was like amazing to me, and it boosted mine. But I also see now that the way music is, it's a vibe. It's just all
Mm-hmm.
all about your tribe, your frequency, who you flowing with, what's happening, where you're going. So sometimes it's not all about being lyrical and oh, I gotta spit word for word. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. I just think musically it's about what you're feeling in that moment when you go in the booth. Because if you go in the booth just trying to sound like somebody else, or just trying to sound like that trend, to me, it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna sound, I guess I think people can tell that it's like, I can tell what you're doing. Like, it's not, you're not hiding anything. You're not really doing anything special. But if it works, it works. I never hate on nobody getting their checks. If that's how you get your money and how you pay your rent, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. You know what I'm saying? But don't come at me for how I got to do what I got to do, because sometimes it may not be for somebody else. You may not agree with it. You may not think that's the way I should do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. There's plenty of songs that I've written or I wrote and then I put out, and it just flopped and it just didn't do it. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just like, it didn't work out. But that's what I was feeling in that time. And that's what I wanted to see. I think at the end of the day, the people picked what what they fuck
Right.
with. So you gotta
Right.
let the people have their voice too. So
Right. And I mean, you never know, like those songs that you may felt had flopped, it may pick up later. Like
right,
who was
right,
it? I see her face, but I can't think of her name right now. But like she put out a song 2, 3, 4 years ago and it now became a hit. So you just never
right.
know. And it all
Hmm.
depends on what the people are feeling in that moment. So maybe
Yeah,
today, whatever you felt was a flop, those people might be vibing to it today. Um,
exactly.
but I wanted to go back to because I want us all to just really celebrate our accomplishments. So you mentioned
Hmm.
that you had a number one song that featured
Hmm.
Chris Brown and
Hmm.
Daya Chi. That's how you say her name, Daya Chi,
Zelaya Chia.
Delia Chia,
Hmm.
and that was in Belgium and went number one. So just talk about like that experience of when you found out and just like even just more of just the experience of like finding out
Hmm.
my song is number one. Like oh my gosh, I
Right,
made the
right.
charts.
Right, right. I still can't believe it sometimes. Sometimes even to this
Mhm.
day, I have to pinch myself like, wait, that's me? Like, wait a minute, play that back. Who was that? Like, I turn into a fan of myself. I'm sorry. I have to suck my own dick. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. Like, but when when it did hit, when it was happening at that time, last year, I suffered from. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you. You're getting the full
Mhm.
exclusive now, Empress. So at that time, I was suffering from a miscarriage from ectopic
Mm,
pregnancy,
mhm.
which I don't mind talking about because I feel at the end of the day, when I started talking about it, even then, it opened up new doorways for other people to connect with me and tell me their experiences. But that's
Yeah.
sidebar. So when that was happening, I was literally like in a wheelchair. Like I couldn't walk, I couldn't hardly breathe. I was like learning how to like use my lungs again and things like that. It was like crazy what was happening. So
Mm,
I'm going through a personal situation, and then at the same time, management is calling me on the phone. Anna, I just want to tell you something. I know that you're weak right now. You can't really talk or anything like that. So I'm just gonna whisper it. You're number one on iTunes. Like I wanted to leap out of the wheelchair.
mm,
Like I couldn't even hold it in me because it was just like so much energy, but at the same time, like I couldn't really move or do anything like that. So it was like almost a bundle of joy inside of me that was happening, a duality that was happening at the same time. But what I did know in that moment of gratitude, like it just changed my life altogether.
mhm,
Having all of my family there to support me at the same time, everybody, just sending me flowers, sending me, just love on top of love on top of love, then having the song go number one and having people internationally, tweeting me, hitting me, sending me flowers and stuff. It was amazing, rest in peace also to Jim DeSalvo. He was a producer who mastered and mixed the record
mm.
also, and he passed away recently also. So in the
Oh
midst of
wow.
it was very bittersweet. It was very
Mhm.
bittersweet, but I think that's what makes me savor it more and like really hold on to it, like because it means that much more to me. Like this was a moment that like happened for me.
Right.
Like it was like all planets colliding at the same time. It was amazing. It really was.
Right. Absolutely. And thank God all is well with you, during that process, because
Thank you.
we all have a story.
We all have a
Yeah,
story,
we
girl.
all
That's
have
what
a
it is to
story.
be empresses and goddesses and
Yes.
queens. We all have a story, and that's why it's always important for me to tell my story, even though I may be shunned for it. I do it because I know that there's somebody else that may be out there struggling with it. Because to be so blessed and still have to struggle with these things, I could only imagine anyone else, in any other type of dire situation or if circumstances would change and still having to struggle with those same things. Like
Mhm.
I can only imagine. It's just, it's crazy.
Right. So why do you feel that you would or women who speak about their truth would be shunned for it? Because I know you said that, but I think that's a continuous pattern for especially for women in entertainment that we
Hmm.
have to keep our stuff like private. Because even at one point for myself, I felt the same
Hmm.
way. But now, like
Yeah.
you are, I'm starting to share. So
Hmm.
where do you think that came from? Whether from your own personal or just in general in the industry?
Um, a little bit of both. I think overall, just society puts a big,
Mm-hmm.
stereotype on what women should be. You know, the fact that we still have men in office trying to dictate how we control our bodies and what we do with our
Mm-hmm.
bodies when they have no idea what is happening with our bodies blows my
Right.
mind. It blows my mind, you know, and things of that nature just really puts me in a place where it's like, no, somebody has to say something. Like I have to figure out a way to say something, or at least to connect, to let, you know, other women know that you're not alone. At least that, at
Mm-hmm.
that very least, to let you know you're not alone. They may not, you know, I'm not Kim Kardashian. I'm not calling the president anytime soon, unless to let him know that he needs to give up my stimmy money. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like I can do what I can do on my platform to let other women know that, you know, you're not alone. We're all suffering and going through things in different ways. There's no one less or more than anyone else. You know, we're all human. We're all going through it. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
there's a silver lining. However, like I just want to let everyone know that there's a silver lining. However, which way it goes.
Right, absolutely. So, speaking about sharing our story, so I was
Mm-hmm.
listening to your music and I want to know if you know
Okay.
your music. So, we're going to play a quick
Oh
game
shit.
and I just want to
Mm-hmm.
see if you even know your music or not. So, I'm going to
Okay.
say
Okay.
some lyrics. It's going to be very short, maybe like one bar or two sentences of your lyrics. And
Okay.
hopefully you know it. Okay?
Hopefully I do. Okay.
All right. I love playing this game. Okay. So the first one is bi-coastal around the globe, getting it in a dip, run an empire from an iPhone 6.
That's right. That's with Fred the Godson. Find another.
Okay, okay. All right.
Rest in peace, my brother. Rest in
Yes,
peace.
rest in peace to Fred the Godson. That most definitely hurt when we found out this
Yeah.
week. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big blow, and just the fact that it's happening because of this COVID
Mhm.
virus, unknown what it is, like what's like we have no answers, no information, and it's literally taking people out. I feel like we're in the end game with the Avengers, like you know
Mm.
when Thanos snapped his finger and then everybody just
Yeah, everything was
disappeared. Like
yeah,
where did these people go? Because
yeah.
just yesterday or just the other day, I was talking to him and they were fine. They were walking around, they were this talking, everything was fine. And literally, I turned around and they were gone. So I'm like, when are the Avengers? When is Iron Man coming back? I'm waiting for him. You know, I know he's out there.
Yes, most definitely Iron Man is out there. I just say like we just really gotta pray and just really get closer to
Definitely.
God. I think if anything, that's what God is having us do, get closer to Him and just
Yeah,
putting things in
definitely.
order. Okay,
Yeah,
before I get
definitely.
into preaching
Okay.
mode,
Okay, girl. Okay, girl.
because I just caught myself. I was like, pull it back.
She's like, girl.
Um, so the next one is I ain't a player, but I'm crushing it. Shout out to my niggas and my haters. Y'all be loving it.
Shout out to my niggas and my haters. Y'all be loving it. That's turned up.
Yes.
Hey, I'm turned up. Bang, bang, bitch, pow. If you ain't doing half of what you're talking, put the barrel to your mouth, bitch. Click, clack, go blow. Skin the bitch like a bear. If you're trying to steal my porridge, I'm Goldilocks smoking trees by the porridge. I'm done you too. Smoking hair, no Taurus. Okay.
All right. You know your music, so I got one more for you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Work hard. I ain't gotta apologize. BIG. Can't you see? Hypnotize. It's going down. I'm always on the rise.
Ride. Why you riding mine? Ride. Why you riding mine? Kill yourself. Kill your life. I gotta work those words out though. We gotta remix that.
No, that was good. That was good. I love playing this game just to see if like
Gracias.
artists are on their toes and just know
Right,
their lyrics,
right,
especially if it's songs that's been put out years ago. Who knows
right.
if you guys are like practicing or rehearsing it? So it's always fun just to see if you guys
Yeah.
remember. Thank you for playing.
Awesome. No
Um
problem.
so I do want you to just one more time before we go to just talk about your song Show Me Love, let people know where they can get it, drop your websites and everything, and just promote whatever else you want to share as well.
Gotcha. Well, again, this is Anna Baby. You can follow me at the real Anna Baby. I'm also on YouTube. You can also subscribe to at the real Anna Baby. All my handles is at the real Anna Baby, ANABABY at the real Anna Baby. Twitter me. Let me know what's going on, how you feel about the songs. You can get all the songs. My single "Show Me Love" is on all platforms: Tidal, Spotify, iTunes. YouTube, SoundCloud, whatever which way we gonna get it to you. You understand what I'm saying? Even DM me if you want to on my Instagram, and I'll send you a link. Because I'm not afraid to talk back and clap back or smack back, whatever we got to talk about to get it going. And shout out to Megatron Music Group, Shelly Money Bag. Shout out to you, Empress. Thank you for being the goddess that you are and allowing me to be on your show. I hope your YouTubers take it easy on me, because otherwise I will find you.
Thank you so much for joining me and being the first guest of the relaunch of the L Spot. I truly appreciate it and I enjoyed our conversation. And whenever you have something new coming out, feel free to send it to me. We could do another interview or I
Definitely.
can just post it. And of course, I'm
Cool.
following you now, so I'll make sure like I stay, connected with you through there. So thank you so much. And
Awesome.
everybody, go to the elspotonline.com. In a few minutes, I'll most definitely have this interview on our site. And then you'll actually I'll put some of your links on of your music so that people can find it directly on that post.
Cool
All right. So
beans.
bye,
Thank you.
guys. Thank you.
Bye, guys.